Today's challenge, a dog so terrified of loud noises that he empties cupboards trying to hide from them.
George becomes really anxious to the degree that we think he's going to have a heart attack. Come on, let me get you out, because you'll get stuck in there otherwise.
This Cocker Spaniel's nerves are seriously affecting his well-being.
We do fear for his life, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
We do. Oh, he's bitten into that. I really hope there would be light at the end of the tunnel. I really hope he can get some help.
Eight-year-old George is scared of everything. Thunderstorms, fireworks, and being left alone.
Be careful he doesn't get stuck in there, Joanna.
And when he's scared, he tries to hide wherever he can. Owners Joanna and Mick from Surrey are at their wits' end.
Georgie, that's silly behaviour, isn't it? I think we have lost control of him. There's no comforting him, is there? Come out now, because you're going to get stuck, aren't you? He gets so panicky and so worked up that I think it will have a detrimental effect on his health.
Scared by most loud noises, George will try to hide anywhere.
Behind the television.
Go behind the television, behind the curtains.
Take all the cushions off the seat.
What are you doing with my handbag, my darling? What are you doing? You can't get in there, can you?
I think he's looking for a way out.
Come on. What frightens George the most? Oh, thunder and lightning. You're not going to be sick, are you? Any loud sort of sounds, you know.
George is so terrified of loud noises like thunder and fireworks that even just the word sets him off.
Fireworks. And he just doesn't like that word at all. He will take himself off. He's probably going up there to tip everything out and hide. Georgie! It's all right, my darling. Come on. Don't be scared. It's all right, Georgie.
Don't worry.
It's all right, Georgie. And that's by only saying that word. You can imagine when they are all going off.
Not only is George hypersensitive, he's also super clingy with Joanna.
George has been following me constantly for 8 years. If I was to get up now, like now, he will follow me everywhere.
Yeah. Doesn't care about me.
He doesn't care about me. He'll follow me up the stairs. If I go and sit over here, he'll be with me. If I was to get up now. Good boy. Stay. See you in a minute.
George loves following Joanna so much that when she goes out, his frustration turns to destruction when he empties all the cupboards.
We have to stop going out because of George. We can't leave him when we're worried what he might do to the house, and also about his health.
Oh, he's bitten into that.
You know, he could hurt himself trying to pull everything out of the cupboards.
George, you're going to get stuck behind there if you go in there. We did go out New Year's Eve a few years ago, and there must have been a giant firework display around here, and when we got home, he just trashed the whole house. So we never did that again.
George's nervous behaviour is not just ruining their lives, it's threatening his own health.
Let me just put it all back. He uses such strength to get all this out.
Yeah.
His gums have gone a bit red. You know, he gets himself into such a state that we're frightened that he's going to give himself a heart attack. We really are. This is the reason why we've asked for help.
I love Cocker Spaniels. They're essentially a working breed. They need a lot of exercise and they can be quite sensitive. Dogs, like humans, suffer with anxiety issues, which can cause serious problems, and it sounds like George is one of those dogs.
Hello, Victoria. Pleased to meet you. Come in.
Thank you. Tell me about George.
George is 8, and we've had him since he was a puppy. He, over the years now, has become more agitated to sounds that he doesn't like, things that happen on November the 5th. He has trigger words that really upset him. I can't say that word at the moment.
You can't say the word F-I-R-E-W-O-R-K-S?
No.
Because that would...
That sets him off.
Yeah. We can't really go out of an evening and leave him because he just trashes the place.
What do you mean by trashes the place?
Well, he empties all the cupboards out and he does all the beds, doesn't he, as well? He's got such strength. You wouldn't think it being so small, but he pulls plates, jugs, toasters, pots and pans.
Yeah.
just to get in the cupboard, then come straight out again, and then go in again. He's a very restless dog.
He doesn't really know where to put himself. On
No.
you,
No.
on me, walk away,
Over
come back,
there. He's
you,
pushing,
me.
yeah.
I have to say, right away, this is not normal behaviour.
No.
When you go out, do you leave him with anything?
I leave the radio on, I leave the lights on for him, I leave certain rooms open for him so he has a free rein. He'll usually just sit on the window ledge and wait for us to come home, won't he?
Yeah, yeah.
But he'll be sick as well. I mean,
So he throws up?
He throws up as well, yeah. We're
He's-
worried about him because...
He could possibly have a heart attack, maybe, so we
Yeah.
don't want anything like that to happen.
Now a popular family pet, but originally bred as a working dog, Cocker Spaniels like to be kept busy. A sensitive breed, they can be very loyal and often don't like to be left alone, much preferring to be with their people. Like any dog, this can sometimes lead to problems with separation anxiety, which could explain some of George's behaviour. Victoria wants to find out what could be behind George's strange obsession with the kitchen cupboards. And it doesn't take long for her to see some action for herself.
Oh, look, he's... So I opened the cupboard, he was like, oh, well, I'm just gonna
take that out. And then he would take that upstairs to the bedroom.
You know, usually dogs that become anxious on separation, when their people go out, there's normally sort of chewing, a lot of that type of distraction.
Yeah.
But this is quite unique, I have to say.
Emptying
Taking
cupboards.
stuff into other places.
But George doesn't only react when he's left alone. Loud noises set him off too.
I've got some videos
Okay.
I can show you what he gets up to.
George is doing what he usually does now.
Wow. So he did this even when you were here.
Yes, he did.
Don't worry, Georgie, come on.
After seeing his reaction to fireworks, Victoria wants to visit the scene upstairs herself.
He gets upset,
Okay.
especially when he's heard thunder and lightning, and he will go in the cupboard and he will empty the cupboard out, or look for somewhere to hide.
So he's very sound sensitive
He's
as
very
well.
sound sensitive to thunder and lightning. He'll go in there and he'll take out... And he'll try and empty out the weighing scales and the toilet brush to get under the basin.
When there's thunderstorms,
Yes.
he will start emptying out
Yes,
cupboards,
he will.
trying to hide.
Yes, he will.
Does he stay in his hiding place?
No, he doesn't.
He comes out
He comes
again.
straight out again. Then he'll go back in again, and it'll repeat about 4 or 5 times. And
Okay.
he tries to get under lampshades as well. He's trying to find a place where he can just hide, basically, away from everybody.
What about the F word?
Yeah, I mean, if I was to say now, fireworks, he finds it very... Oh. George, come on now. He doesn't like that word at
No,
all.
he doesn't.
No. Georgie, Georgie, come on, darling. Come on, settle down. It's all right, it's all right, it's all right. So you can't say that word.
Heartbreaking.
It
to see
is,
that.
because it's very distressing, actually. I mean, that's just the word. I mean, when it actually is happening, it's just he goes to another level. He's inconsolable.
Inconsolable, yeah. Okay.
Having witnessed George's frantic behaviour firsthand, it's time for Victoria to share her diagnosis.
You've got a very sensitive dog here. Obviously, he does have separation anxiety, and it manifests itself in a bizarre way. He is hyper attached to you. That's why he follows you everywhere. His experience of being left alone has caused him to panic in the past, to the point where he actually vomits. That's a big sign that he is panicking. He has a phobia of noises, where he absolutely panics. One of the ways he does cope is to go and empty cupboards. Tries to escape. That it is his coping mechanism. I'm not a vet or a vet behaviourist, but you definitely need to go talk to your vet about getting medication.
Okay.
He needs behavioural therapy too, so that's what I can do.
The first thing Victoria wants to work on is George's phobia to loud noise, and that's music to everyone's ears.
When a sound that he doesn't understand comes in his environment, he can't control it. He doesn't understand it, and he's fearful of it. We're constantly looking for patterns in sound. Humans do it, dogs do it. And when there's a disruption in that pattern, we try and seek the pattern again. And if we don't find it, it can become really stressful. So we teach him that, you know what? There can be patterns in thunderstorms. There can be patterns in fireworks. How do we do it? We use music. We're not just going to play the music and cover the thunderstorm noise. What we're going to do is put the music on with the thunderstorm noise. We start very, very quiet, and then we gradually build up to very loud. So in the beginning, the music is the dominant. But by the end, the thunder is dominant. So what I'd like to do is to put this music on.
Yeah.
And you do something that George loves.
Yeah.
He's on your lap. He's quite calm and relaxed now, which is great. And you start brushing him, and I'm going to turn on the music.
This isn't any old music, it's bioacoustic music, which has the higher frequencies removed and has been proven to reduce anxiety in dogs. But with George terrified by mere words, will the introduction of thunder sound effects prove too much?
I want him to associate the music with amazing things. Eating, being stroked, being groomed.
A happy place.
A happy place.
I like that.
He did like it. And then, when you've built up a positive association with the music, you go on to play music with very low sounds of thunderstorm noise on it.
Oh, right.
At another time, you can also do this for fireworks. You play the music with a very low noise of fireworks. Sorry.
It's all right.
It's all right,
Don't worry.
my love. Don't worry. I'm going to play the next track, but I'm going to do it at a very low level.
Okay.
And this does have a little bit of thunderstorm sound on it, okay?
George seems relaxed so far, but will the noise of thunder mixed in with the music be too much?
Did you hear the thunderstorm noise?
Yeah.
I was watching his eyes, and his eyes were like this. And then he heard the noise, and then kind of went like that. And then he closed his eyes again.
I could cope with that.
There's other ways that I want you to address this.
Yeah.
Close your curtains.
Yeah.
So there's no flashes of light in here.
No,
You put the music on.
Yeah.
You give him some food. You do some brushing. You do some activity with him.
Yeah.
And you start that way before it gets dark.
I noticed a change in George more or less straight away. He was falling asleep. It was quite noisy, but he accepted it. I was really pleased with that. Georgie, come.
Since George's fears go beyond just loud noises, Victoria's got a game in the garden to help him expend some nervous energy.
What is this, you might wonder? I call it a brain obstacle course. I think one of the ways that his anxiety will be reduced is to him to be able to do kind of what he's bred to do,
Yeah.
which is to sniff and search out things.
Yeah.
If he's actually working at something, seeking something out, then it's not going to be as anxious. Exercise, problem solving releases pleasurable endorphins. And that's what this is going to do for George. Now, these are just blankets with food hidden.
Yeah.
This is just a blanket with a ball hidden. You might have to help him, but to begin with, I want you to take a step back and allow him to independently problem solve. Let's just see how he does.
Okay.
This is engaging and focusing his brain on a
Yeah.
task
It
for
is.
more than 2 seconds. And the wonderful thing is, he's using his nose. This is mental enrichment, and it gives dogs a feeling of satisfaction. After they've done this, they're much calmer, less anxious. Sometimes they go to sleep, they just rest and relax. But I need you to give him opportunities like
Yeah.
this daily.
I will do, yes. Lovely to see George looking interested and keeping his mind active, trying to find the food. He took great delight in that, and I did too, watching him.
When George is left alone, he keeps busy by emptying things out of the kitchen cupboards. Victoria's got a safer alternative.
He likes to get things out of cupboards. From now on, you are going to stop him from doing that by closing the kitchen door when you leave.
All right,
I don't want him getting that stuff out of the kitchen. I also understand that this dog needs to do this. This is his way of coping, which is the reason why just behind you is a closet. This is the closet, if you're okay with it, that he can open and he can empty out.
Oh, I see.
But instead of emptying out bad stuff, he can empty out toys. On the bed, you will see some toys.
Oh.
And there's a T-shirt that smells of you, and there's a T-shirt that smells of you, Mick. If you can take them and put them in the closet.
Yeah, I will too.
Yeah, I'll put 'em in.
You take some, Mick. There.
Oh, look.
Look.
Look at that. Now, he can take his toys wherever he wants.
Yeah.
Do you see that I am still giving him his coping mechanism, but I'm making it safer? By putting toys in the cupboard, we're giving George an outlet.
Yeah.
He doesn't really have a place where he can go that he can feel safe in. So that's what I'm going to do next. Ta-da!
Look.
Wow.
Oh,
what
that's
have we got
brilliant,
here?
isn't it? Oh, his own beds you've put in there. Oh, that's clever. That's
He likes
lovely,
it.
isn't
He
it,
likes it in
George?
there.
That's nice, isn't it?
Here he comes.
He's gone in. There.
So, I'm so glad he went in because this is his safe zone for when FWs come.
Yeah.
When you go, he gets very panicky.
Yeah.
And one of the ways that manifests itself is he has to do something.
Yeah.
And what he does is he goes into cupboards, takes things out. The reason why he goes into the cupboard but doesn't settle there is because there's no, curtain to close and make him feel safe.
Yeah.
So what I'm hoping is that this will be his place that he can go to when he feels uncomfortable, but is also a place he can go to when you're not here.
So, with George settled in his new bed, Victoria leaves the family to put everything they've learned into practice.
Do you want your tummy down? Good boy.
Over the next few weeks, Joanna tunes in to George's special music 3 days a week to help him zone out from his fears.
Good boy. That's George's safe house. So we went out for a couple of hours, and when we got back, all this had been chucked out. So he has gone and used his cupboard because we now close the kitchen door.
And he's been keeping busy with his garden brain training.
Is there any under there, George? Have a look.
A couple of weeks later, George and Joanna visit Victoria to let her know how it's all been going.
It's so nice to see you and to
Thank
see
you, Victoria.
George.
Thank you.
Tell me how it's been going.
Yeah, it's been really good. I've played the music quite a bit and he
Okay.
seems to really just chill out when that's on now. And I've turned the volume right up and he doesn't blink.
So he's hearing those noises
He
really
is.
quite loudly
He is,
and
yeah.
he's not.
Yeah,
The anxiety, have you seen a change?
I have seen a change in him. It's nowhere near as bad as he was at all.
What about emptying out cupboards?
Well, he's only emptied out the designated cupboard that you made for him.
Good. Have you been doing more of the brain obstacles
Yes,
in the
I
garden?
have. She really enjoyed. Yeah, he did enjoy that. Yeah, I've done that about twice a week now.
Right.
Bought some chicken like you did, and he enjoyed that.
Continue with the brain obstacle course.
Yeah.
Change it up all the time
Yeah.
because, you have a working dog.
Yes, exactly.
And he needs to work.
Yeah.
And I always find that dogs with these sort of the nerves and fears and phobias and anxiety, when you get them working, you get that brain engaged.
Active, yeah.
Wow, you see a difference. So I'm really pleased with what you've done. Well done.
Thank you, Victoria.
Brilliant.
From me and George.
It's so wonderful to see George looking so much happier. When I first met him, he was just so anxious. But Joanna has done such incredible work with the training that we've put into place. He's just going to become so much more confident. Thanks for watching. If you love It's Me or the Dog and want more dog training tips and tricks, visit my official site, positively.com. And if you're interested in learning more about becoming a dog trainer, check out the Victoria Stilwell Academy. Links to both sites are in the description. I'll see you online.